What is feeling? Feeling, conscious awareness, how you feel, is conscious awareness of the vibration you're in. And if you are not feeling good, you are in a bad vibration. Do you know that wham, just like that, you can change the vibration? This body you're living in is a molecular structure, and it's in a very high speed of vibration. Everything vibrates, nothing rests. People that are feeling good are in a good vibration. You can put yourself in a good vibration in a heartbeat.
What if your mind was more than just thoughts, memories, and emotions? What if it was a gateway, a portal to reality so vast and limitless that it could transform the way you experience existence itself? The mind isn't just a function of the brain, it's a quantum phenomenon. Just as particles can exist in multiple states, your reality isn't as fixed as it seems. The key lies in learning how to shape it. The gateway within. Philosophies from every corner of the world, from the Upanishads of ancient India to the Taoist teachings of Lao Tzu, have whispered about the incredible potential locked within us. It's the same potential hinted at in parables like the mustard seed, which grows into the mightiest of trees when planted in fertile ground. Your mind is the seed, and I'm here to show you how to plant it. Before we dive into the how, let's talk about why this matters. You've probably felt it, that tugging sense that there's more to life than what you see. Maybe it's a quiet voice during sleepless nights, telling you that your job, your routine, your struggles, and even your joys are just scratching the surface. Or maybe it's a longing to connect with something bigger than yourself, something unnameable yet unmistakable. That longing isn't random, it's your portal calling, but most of us don't even realize we're holding the key. Instead, we live like passengers in a car we don't know how to drive. Thoughts, fears, and habits steer us while we sit back, assuming this is just how life is. But what if you could take the wheel? What if you could not only open the portal of your mind, but step through it into a dimension of clarity, power, and endless possibility? Science is beginning to catch up to what spiritual masters have known for centuries. In quantum physics, there's a concept called the observer effect. It shows that particles behave differently depending on whether or not they're being observed. In other words, reality itself shifts based on attention. Now think about that in terms of your own life. What you focus on expands. What you believe deep down manifests. This idea resonates strongly with the philosophy of William James, one of the founders of pragmatism and a key figure in psychology. James argued that our beliefs shape our reality, famously stating, "Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact." He suggested that our perceptions, thoughts, and attitudes are not just passive reflections of the world, but active forces that influence our experiences. In other words, what we focus on expands, and what we deeply believe begins to manifest in our lives. James developed the concept of the will to believe, which suggests that our convictions, whether rationally proven or not, can influence the course of our lives. If a person truly believes in their ability to succeed, they will behave in ways that increase their chances of success. On the other hand, if someone is convinced they will fail, they are more likely to hesitate, avoid risks, and ultimately reinforce their own negative expectations. This aligns with modern psychological ideas, such as the self-fulfilling prophecy, where our expectations influence our behaviors in ways that make those expectations come true. James's philosophy also overlaps with his ideas on habit and attention. What we consistently focus on shapes our mental world. If we dwell on fear, doubt, and failure, our minds become attuned to noticing and reinforcing those negative aspects. But if we focus on growth, opportunity, and resilience, our mental and emotional energy aligns with those possibilities, making them more likely to materialize. This principle is reflected in modern concepts like cognitive behavioral therapy, which helps people reframe their thoughts to create more positive outcomes. The connection between belief and reality is not just psychological, but also practical. Entrepreneurs, athletes, and artists often speak about the power of visualization, seeing success in their minds before it happens in reality. This mirrors James's belief that our inner world plays a critical role in shaping our external world. When we focus on a goal with clarity and conviction, we unconsciously align our actions, habits, and decisions toward making it real. And here's the kicker. Most of us are focusing and believing without even knowing it. That's where the chaos comes in. Take a moment to think about your thoughts. How often are they scattered, anxious, or stuck replaying the same loops of regret or worry? It's like a radio tuned to static. You can't hear the song of your life because the noise drowns it out. But when you understand that your mind is a quantum tool, a precision instrument capable of shaping reality, the static begins to clear, and suddenly the music becomes audible. This isn't about toxic positivity or pretending everything is perfect. Let's be real. Life can be messy. It can hurt. But even in the mess, you have the power to choose where to focus your energy. That's the first secret of controlling the quantum portal of your mind: awareness. Without awareness, you're like a ship lost at sea, drifting wherever the waves take you. But with awareness, you become the captain. You can chart a course no matter how stormy the waters. Think of a lighthouse on a dark night. Its light doesn't eliminate the darkness, but it provides a focal point, a direction. Your awareness is the lighthouse, and when you learn to direct it intentionally, you begin to see paths where before there were only shadows. The Bhagavad Gita, one of the world's oldest spiritual texts, tells a story of Arjuna, a warrior caught between duty and despair. He's overwhelmed, paralyzed by doubt. But then Krishna, his guide, reveals a profound truth. The mind, when disciplined, becomes your greatest ally, but when left unchecked, it can be your greatest enemy. That's not just poetic wisdom, it's practical advice. Your mind will either serve you or sabotage you, depending on how you use it. The first step in unlocking your portal is this: stop believing everything your mind tells you. Your thoughts are not the boss of you. They're like clouds passing across the sky. Sometimes they're stormy, sometimes they're light and fluffy. But beneath them, the sky, the real you, is always there, vast and untouched. This is the perspective shift that changes everything. When you stop identifying with the clouds and start remembering the sky, you realize you're already free. But freedom isn't the end, it's the beginning. Once you detach from the noise of surface-level thoughts, you create space for something deeper to emerge. Call it intuition, higher consciousness, or simply clarity. It's the guiding force that's been waiting for you to quiet the static. And when you tap into it, life doesn't just happen to you anymore. You start to happen to life. Ancient shamans believed the mind was like a bridge connecting the physical and spiritual worlds. They used rituals, chants, and meditations to step through that bridge into realms of insight and power. Today we might not chant around a fire, but the principle remains the same. When you control your focus, you control the bridge. And when you control the bridge, you open the portal. This isn't something that happens overnight. It's a practice like training a muscle, but the results are worth it. Imagine waking up every day with a sense of purpose so clear it feels like the universe is conspiring in your favor. Imagine navigating challenges with calm, unshakable confidence because you know you're not at their mercy. This isn't wishful thinking, it's the natural outcome of learning to harness the quantum power of your mind. You're probably wondering, how do I start? Good, that curiosity is the spark. It's the signal that your portal is already beginning to open. So let's dive deeper. Let's break down how your mind actually works and why most people feel trapped in cycles of fear, doubt, or limitation. Because once you see the mechanics behind your thoughts, you can begin to master them. And mastery is what opens the portal wide. The power of awareness and the mechanics of thought. Imagine you wake up in the morning, and before you even get out of bed, a thought pops into your head. I have so much to do today. I'm already behind. Instantly, that thought triggers a feeling. Maybe it's stress, maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's a sinking sense of dread. Now, here's what most people don't realize. That single thought is not random. It's part of a pattern, a loop your mind has been running for years, maybe even decades. The more you repeat that loop, the stronger it becomes. Like grooves carved into stone, your habitual thoughts shape the way you experience reality. But here's the kicker: they don't just shape reality, they create it. The Buddhists call this the monkey mind, a restless, undisciplined mind that jumps from one thought to another, never stopping long enough to see the truth. It is constantly distracted, always reaching for the next idea, the next worry, or the next craving. Like a monkey swinging from branch to branch, the mind moves chaotically, unable to settle, making it difficult to focus, reflect, or find inner peace. The monkey mind keeps you stuck because it thrives on repetition. It feeds on old fears, past regrets, and limiting beliefs, replaying them over and over until they feel like unchangeable truths. It whispers doubts, magnifies anxieties, and convinces you that you are defined by your past failures. When left unchecked, this restless mental chatter becomes the background noise of your life, shaping your decisions, emotions, and self-perception without you even realizing it. Instead of seeing things as they truly are, you see them through a distorted filter of fear, insecurity, and overthinking. Buddhist teachings emphasize that until you recognize the pattern, you are at its mercy. The monkey mind operates in the shadows, influencing your thoughts without your awareness. It creates mental loops that trap you in negative cycles, avoiding risks, doubting yourself, and staying within the comfort of old habits. If you do not become conscious of its grip, you end up reacting to life instead of actively shaping it. You find yourself stuck in the same worries, the same frustrations, and the same unhelpful behaviors, unable to break free. The key to overcoming the monkey mind is awareness. The moment you recognize its restless nature, you begin to reclaim control. When you develop the ability to witness your thoughts without attaching to them, you create space between stimulus and response. Instead of reacting impulsively, you learn to choose your actions with clarity. Taming the monkey mind does not mean silencing it completely. That is nearly impossible. Instead, it means training it, guiding it, and teaching it to focus. When the mind is disciplined, it becomes a powerful tool rather than a source of distraction. A focused mind can break free from fear, challenge limiting beliefs, and see reality with greater clarity. The more you cultivate awareness and inner stillness, the more you reclaim control over your own thoughts, allowing you to move through life with greater purpose, confidence, and peace. Think of a dark room. If you don't know what's inside, you might be afraid. You might imagine monsters lurking in the corners, but the moment you turn on the light, everything becomes clear. The fear vanishes because now you see. Your awareness is that light. When you become aware of your thought patterns, you take away their power. You stop being the passenger and start being the driver. This is why mindfulness practices and deep self-reflection are so powerful. They shine a light on the unconscious patterns running your life and give you the chance to change them. But awareness alone is not enough. You need to know what to do with it. And that's where the real magic happens. Quantum physics has shown us something mind-blowing. The act of observing changes the outcome. This is known as the observer effect, and it has huge implications for how you shape your own reality. Every thought you focus on carries energy. If you consistently focus on fear, doubt, or limitation, your mind becomes a quantum tuning fork, resonating with those frequencies. But if you shift your focus, even slightly, you start to create a new reality. This isn't just theory, it's something mystics and sages have been teaching for centuries. The ancient Hindu text, the Upanishads, says, "As a man thinketh, so he becomes." Jesus said, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find." These aren't just spiritual niceties, they are quantum truths hidden in plain sight. So how do you start? How do you break free from the monkey mind and take control of the quantum portal that is your consciousness? The first step is simple but profound. Observe your thoughts without judgment. For the next 24 hours, practice this. Every time you catch yourself thinking, whether it's a positive thought, a negative thought, or just random noise, pause. Notice it. Say to yourself, "Oh, that's interesting. My mind just thought that." Don't resist it. Don't push it away. Just observe. Why? Because observation creates distance, and distance gives you control. The moment you can see your thoughts as separate from you, you stop being their prisoner. You become the one who decides which thoughts to entertain and which to let go. Once you've practiced observation, it's time to take it further. Here's the secret. You don't have to fight negative thoughts. Fighting them only strengthens them. Instead, you redirect them. Imagine your mind is like a river. If you try to dam it up, the water builds pressure and eventually breaks through. But if you gently guide the water in a new direction, it flows effortlessly. The next time you catch yourself in a negative thought pattern, don't resist. Instead, ask yourself, what is a thought that serves me better? Then shift your focus. For example, if you think, "I'm so behind on my goals," pause and redirect. "I am making progress every day and I trust my path." It doesn't have to be a massive leap. Just a small shift in perspective begins to rewire your mind, and the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Thoughts alone are powerful, but when combined with emotion, they become unstoppable. The reason most affirmations fail is because they are spoken without feeling. Your mind might say, "I am successful," but if your body is filled with doubt, the quantum field picks up on the doubt, not the words. To truly shift reality, you need to feel the new thought as if it were already real. This is what ancient traditions have practiced for millennia. Tibetan monks don't just think about compassion, they embody it. Shamans don't just visualize healing, they feel it coursing through them. Right now, try this. Think of something you deeply desire, a goal, a dream, a future reality. Now, instead of just imagining it, close your eyes and feel what it would be like if it were already here. How does your body respond? What emotions rise up? This is the true key to unlocking your portal. The hidden layers of consciousness. While mastering your thoughts is important, there's something even more powerful at play: the deeper layers of your consciousness. These hidden layers are where the real magic happens. They are the difference between someone who tries to change their reality and someone who effortlessly bends the universe to their will. And the key to accessing them: visualization. Imagine an iceberg floating in the ocean. The part above the water is what you consciously see and experience. It's your surface thoughts, the everyday mental chatter. But beneath the surface, hidden from sight, is the vast majority of the iceberg. This is your subconscious mind, the part of you that holds your deepest beliefs, memories, emotions, and programming. Most people try to change their lives by working only on the surface. They say positive statements. They set goals. They try to think positively. But they're missing the real power hidden beneath the surface. Because here's the truth. Your subconscious mind is what's actually creating your reality. Let's say you consciously tell yourself, "I am confident and successful." But if deep down your subconscious holds beliefs like "I'm not good enough" or "I always fail," then no matter how many times you repeat your affirmation, your deeper programming will win. This is why people struggle to change their lives. They're fighting against years, sometimes lifetimes, of subconscious conditioning. But here's where it gets interesting. Your subconscious is programmable. And the most powerful way to reprogram it: through visualization. This isn't just spiritual theory. Science backs it up. Neuroscience has proven that when you vividly imagine something, your brain doesn't distinguish between the imagined experience and a real one. Studies on athletes have shown that those who visualize themselves training perform just as well as those who physically train. Their brains create the same neural pathways, strengthening their skills without even moving a muscle. Think about that. Your mind is so powerful that it can create reality without you physically doing anything. So, what happens when you use this power to shape your own life? How to visualize correctly. Most people misunderstand visualization. They think it's just about seeing an image in their mind. But visualization isn't about passively watching something, it's about experiencing it. Here's how to do it right. Close your eyes and create the scene. Imagine your desired reality in as much detail as possible. Where are you? What do you see? What colors, shapes, and textures surround you? Engage all your senses. What do you hear? Is there music, the sound of waves, or the quiet hum of a city? What do you feel? The warmth of the sun on your skin, the softness of the fabric you're wearing. The stronger the sensory detail, the more real it becomes to your mind. Feel the emotion. This is the most critical step. You must not only see your new reality, you must feel it. If you're visualizing success, feel the excitement, the confidence, the joy. If you're visualizing love, feel the deep warmth and connection. Your subconscious responds to emotion more than words. Step into the scene. Instead of watching your visualization like a movie, step into it. Experience it from within your own body, as if it's happening right now. Breathe it in. As you visualize, breathe deeply. Imagine that with every inhale, you're absorbing this new reality into your very being. End with certainty. When you finish, don't hope it comes true. Know it's already real. The quantum field responds to certainty, not doubt. The moment you deeply feel and believe in a new reality, your subconscious starts working to make it happen. It rewires your brain, shifts your energy, and even alters the way people and events respond to you. This is what shamans, monks, and mystics have understood for centuries. The ancient Egyptians believed that what you imagine with full emotion and certainty is more real than the physical world itself. The Taoists teach that inner alignment creates outer transformation. Here's where most people fail. They visualize once or twice and expect instant results. But just like learning a skill, your subconscious needs repetition. Think of it like watering a plant. The first time you visualize, you plant the seed, but you must keep watering it daily with emotion, certainty, and focus. Over time, the roots take hold, and suddenly your new reality blooms. You don't have to wait for anything to change. Right now, you can close your eyes and begin shaping your reality. You have the power to program your subconscious, align with the quantum field, and step through the portal of your mind. But you may ask, is it just your thoughts that shape reality? The hidden code of reality. It's not just your thoughts that shape reality, it's your energy. Everything in existence, your body, your thoughts, the chair you're sitting on, the stars in the sky, is made of vibrating energy. Scientists have proven this through quantum physics. At the most fundamental level, matter isn't solid, it's just energy moving at different frequencies. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest minds in history, once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." This isn't just a metaphor, it's literal. The entire universe operates on vibrational frequencies. And that includes you. The way you feel, the emotions you carry, and the thoughts you repeatedly think, they all generate an energetic signature. This signature isn't just passive, it's actively shaping what you attract into your life. This is why some people seem to magnetically attract wealth, love, and success, while others struggle endlessly. It's not luck, it's frequency. Imagine two radios sitting side by side. One is tuned to a station playing heavy metal while the other is tuned to classical music. They're both in the same space, but they're picking up completely different experiences because they're vibrating at different frequencies. Your mind and body work the same way. If you're tuned to the frequency of fear, doubt, or scarcity, you're going to pick up more of those experiences in your life. It's not about positive thinking, it's about energetic alignment. You cannot attract abundance while vibrating at the frequency of lack. But if you shift your frequency to one of confidence, gratitude, and certainty, you'll start pulling in new experiences that match that vibration. It's why people who genuinely believe in their success tend to succeed. Their energy is aligned with the outcome they want, so reality bends to match them. But how can you change your frequency? How to change your frequency? Most people don't even realize they're broadcasting a low frequency. They carry years of emotional baggage, subconscious fear, and doubt without realizing that this is what's shaping their reality. But here's the good news. You can change your frequency. You can literally tune your energy to match the reality you want, just like turning the dial on a radio. And the fastest way to do that? Emotion and embodiment. Emotion is energy in motion. Think about the last time you felt pure joy. Maybe it was when you achieved something amazing or had an unforgettable moment with someone you love. That feeling wasn't just a thought, it was an energy. Your emotions are like the fuel behind your frequency. If you want to change your reality, you must start generating the emotions of the reality you desire. For example, if you want financial abundance, start feeling the emotions of already having it. Don't wait for money to appear first. Feel the certainty, security, and excitement now. Your body and mind must believe it's real before it manifests. This is where most people get it wrong. They hope things will change, but hope is weak energy. The key is to act as if your new reality is already here. Think of it this way. If you were already successful, how would you walk? How would you talk? How would you feel every morning when you wake up? Start embodying that version of yourself now. Move with confidence. Speak with certainty. Carry yourself as if you've already stepped into your new timeline. This isn't fake it till you make it. This is aligning your energy with your future self. And when you do that, reality starts bending to match you. Your body isn't just physical, it's surrounded by an electromagnetic field. Scientists have measured this with devices like the HeartMath Institute's studies on heart and brain waves. They've discovered that your energy field extends several feet around you, constantly interacting with the world. When you shift your inner state, your external energy field changes too. People feel it, situations shift, coincidences start happening. It's not magic, it's energy in motion. Here's the mistake that blocks most people. They let their energy leak. They visualize success but spend the rest of the day feeling doubt. They meditate in the morning but complain in the afternoon. They set intentions but keep focusing on what's missing. This is like trying to fill a bucket with water while drilling holes in the bottom. If you want real change, you have to hold your frequency consistently. Catch yourself when you're slipping into old emotional patterns. Redirect, realign, become aware of what you're broadcasting. Right now, you're shifting. Your awareness is expanding. You're no longer just a passive observer. You're becoming an active creator of your reality. This is the hidden knowledge ancient mystics, monks, and shamans have known for centuries. The Hermetic teachings say, as within, so without. Your external world is just a mirror of your internal energy. But here's the secret no one talks about. Time is not real. The time illusion. At least not in the way we've been taught to understand it. Right now you think of time as linear. Past, present, future, one thing happening after another like a movie playing scene by scene. But in the quantum field, time doesn't work like that. Everything, every possible version of you, every possible future is already happening right now. Scientists studying quantum mechanics have found something strange. Particles don't exist in a single state until they're observed. This means reality isn't fixed. It's fluid, and that includes your personal timeline. In one timeline, you might be struggling. In another, you're thriving. In another, you've already achieved every goal you've ever wanted. These aren't just fantasies. They are real, existing as potential states in the quantum field. You just have to step into them. Think about déjà vu. Those moments when you feel like you've already lived something before. Or the times when you think of someone and they suddenly call you. These aren't coincidences, they're glitches in the illusion of time. Your mind is already shifting between timelines all the time. The key is learning how to do it on purpose. Since time is fluid, you're never stuck. You can shift into a new timeline, the version of you that already has what you desire, instantly. Here's how it works. Most people stay trapped in their current timeline because they keep reinforcing it. They think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and act the same way every day. And because of that, nothing changes. But if you want to shift timelines, you have to let go of your attachment to the current version of yourself. Think of it like this. If you were already the successful, confident, thriving version of yourself, what thoughts would you never think again? Would you doubt yourself? Would you hesitate? Would you keep replaying past failures? No, because that version of you doesn't operate from those frequencies. So stop reinforcing the old reality. Let go of the limiting thoughts. Every time you catch yourself acting like the old you, stop, shift. Embody the new version now. Make a quantum decision. Most people don't understand the power of decision. They think of choices as small, insignificant things. But in the quantum field, a true decision creates an instant shift in reality. A quantum decision is when you fully commit to a new timeline. No hesitation, no doubt. Imagine a doorway with two paths. One leads to the same life you've always had. The other leads to the reality you've always wanted. When you make a true decision, you step through the door and never look back. Ask yourself right now, am I fully committed to stepping into my highest timeline, or am I still hesitating? If you're still hesitating, you're holding on to the past, and as long as you do that, you'll stay stuck. Anchor into the feeling of your new timeline. Your body doesn't know the difference between something imagined and something real. So if you want to shift timelines, the fastest way is to feel like you're already in your desired reality. Sit with this for a moment. How would it feel to wake up in your ideal life tomorrow? Not in the future, not someday, tomorrow. Feel it, not just in your mind, but in your body. Let your nervous system believe it's happening. This is where most people mess up. They visualize, but they don't embody the feeling. They still feel like they're waiting for change instead of being the change. If you want to shift timelines, you have to feel it before it happens. That's how you collapse the gap between now and someday. The final key to collapsing timelines is action, not forced action, not struggle, aligned action. If you were already living in your highest timeline, how would you move? How would you speak? How would you show up in the world? Start doing that now, not next week, not when conditions are perfect, now. The moment you start taking action from your new timeline, the universe responds, things shift, doors open, opportunities appear, because you're no longer waiting, you are being. If you still think the reality is fixed, let's talk about the Mandela effect. This is the phenomenon where large groups of people remember things differently from the way they supposedly happened. For example, the Berenstain Bears versus the Berenstain Bears. Luke, I am your father versus no, I am your father in Star Wars. Monopoly Man having a monocle versus not having one. These aren't just mistakes. These are timeline shifts. Reality is not fixed. You are constantly jumping between different versions of the universe. The question is, are you doing it unconsciously or on purpose? Right now, at this moment, you're at a crossroads. You can keep living from your old timeline, repeating the same patterns, staying stuck in the same energy. Or you can shift right now, decide, feel it, act on it. Because once you collapse time, once you stop believing in the illusion of waiting, the universe has no choice but to catch up with you, and that's when the magic happens. Mastering the shift, living as the creator of your reality. Everything you've learned up until now has been leading to this, the final step in mastering your quantum portal. This is where you stop being someone who understands these concepts and become someone who lives them. Because knowing is not enough. Thinking about shifting timelines is not the same as embodying the shift. There comes a point in every transformation where you have to burn the bridge to your old self. It's the moment when you stop hoping for change and become the change. This moment is right now. So take a deep breath, look around at your life, and ask yourself, am I willing to fully step into my power, no matter what? Because from this point forward, we're stepping into full mastery. Most people can shift their energy for a moment. They meditate, they visualize, they feel the excitement of a new reality. But then, life happens. The doubts creep in, the old habits resurface. Something unexpected throws them off track, and suddenly they're back in their old timeline. Sound familiar? This is where the real mastery comes in. Shifting timelines isn't just about entering a new state of being, it's about staying there. The universe is constantly testing your commitment, not to punish you, but to make sure you're ready for the new reality you're calling in. So here's what you need to do. Stop reacting. Start responding. The old version of you reacts out of habit. Something happens and you instantly feel fear, doubt, or frustration. That's a conditioned response. The new version of you, the one who's already living in their highest timeline, they don't react the same way. They pause. They observe, they choose their response. That one shift alone can change everything, because every time you respond from your new timeline, you reinforce it, you make it real. Act before reality catches up. The biggest mistake people make when shifting timelines is waiting for reality to confirm their new state before they commit to it. But that's not how it works. Reality is a reflection. It mirrors your energy. If you're waiting for external validation, you'll stay stuck. You have to act as if the shift has already happened before you see proof. Not because you're pretending, but because you know reality has no choice but to catch up. Become unshakable. The real test is how you handle setbacks. When things don't go as planned, do you collapse back into doubt? Or do you stay firm in your new energy, no matter what? Because here's the truth, your external reality is always a few steps behind your internal shift. That means there will be a phase where nothing seems to be changing. That's the test. That's where most people give up and revert to their old selves. But not you. You're going to hold the line. You're going to stay in your new state no matter what. And then, suddenly, reality shifts. When you reach full mastery, everything starts happening effortlessly. The right people show up at the right time. Opportunities fall into your lap. Things you used to struggle for come with ease. This isn't luck. This is what happens when your energy is so aligned with your desired reality that there's no resistance left. At this point, you no longer need to constantly try to shift. You've locked in your frequency. You've become the version of yourself that naturally attracts everything you desire. And the best part? This is just the beginning. For the next 7 days, live as if you've already fully shifted into your highest timeline. No doubts, no second guessing, no waiting for proof. Act, think and feel exactly as you would if everything you desire was already yours. And when doubts creep in, when old fears resurface, remember, those are just echoes of your past timeline. They have no power over you unless you give them attention. Ignore them, stay locked in, hold your frequency. Because when you do this, when you truly commit, something incredible happens. The universe bends to meet you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.